What's up, everybody? It's your boy. Y'all already know who it is. I'm back at it again with another video for y'all. Hopefully, y'all had a good weekend and a good Easter and all that. Well wishes to everybody out there that watch me and everything. I had a good one. Daughter had a whole lot going on, but we got it out the way and everything. A little tired, but I didn't get a chance to watch the episode 2 of Last of Us um last night, but I got a chance to watch it today and I wanted to talk about it for a little bit. And then I have a video from Critical Drinker that I wanted to check out also. But man, where to begin on this? I mean, this episode, I didn't do a review on the first episode, but I had to do a review on this one. This one was a damn good episode. I don't want to spoil it for nobody, but it's very action packed. You're gonna enjoy it, and it follows the video game a little bit, like a lot. I'm sorry, not a little bit, but it follows the game a lot on this. But the way sequences happen is a little different and everything. But yeah, some major stuff happens in this episode. I mean, I don't even know where to begin. Like, it started off a little slow, but then like a few minutes, maybe 10-15 minutes into that episode, oh my gosh, it got action packed from that time on till the ending of the show, of the episode. But you get a whole lot of infected, horde of them. You get a big battle going on. Oh man. And yeah, you get a whole lot of bullets, people getting bit up, all types of stuff going on in the episode. But it was a very good episode. You got this is basically a heavy Abby episode. So if y'all played the video game and everything like that, then you know who Abby is and you know what's happening. And I didn't think they was gonna pull it off this early. I didn't know they was going to do that this early in the season, but they pulled it off. And if you know what I'm talking about, with Abby and another person, well, I can say Abby and Joel. If you know, then you know. They pulled it off in this episode, but a little differently from how the video game is played out. But yeah, other than that, I mean, y'all just have to watch it for yourselves and see. Very, very action packed episode. It was pretty good. This, to me, seems like it could have been a season finale, but they they actually pulled it off. But I mean, the critical drinker video is gonna tell y'all anyway. So I mean, as far as it goes, I guess, I mean, I'm not gonna say nothing for you, but I just want y'all to watch it because it was a very good episode. So I suggest you not to watch this on YouTube if you haven't watched the episode yet. Do not watch this video, and I will put a disclaimer on the title and everything when I post this video, and I will put it in the video at the beginning of the video. I will put, if you have not watched this episode, do not watch this video because it'll give it away. But like I said, very, very, very good episode. I was in wow. Like, I wish I could have recorded my reaction while I was watching the episode, but I was in wow. I mean, that's why I look so rough right now. I ain't even got the chain, nothing, no watch, no nothing on right now, just because I was just watching the episode in my room. So as you can see, I got the projector right here on the side of me, that way, and all that stuff. So I was just sitting here chilling, watching the episode. But man, enough of me talking about it, but I just say watch this episode, and we're gonna get into this critical drinker video, because like he said in the title of his video says, well, they really did it, and they really did it. And I was shocked. And but yeah, I didn't think it was gonna happen this early in the season. So, but let's go ahead and check this critical drinker video out and see what they're talking about, because I know you got some stuff to say.
I've said before that I've always had misgivings about Season 2 of The Last of Us, because like anyone who played the game, I know exactly what it's leading to. And the first episode seemed to bear out a lot of my concerns, a tedious slog through trite interpersonal dramas and angsty teen romances. Ellie's gay, by the way. A poorly explained conflict between the two leads that will only make sense if you've played the games, a lightweight action sequence that reduced the infected to more of a mild inconvenience than an existential threat to humanity, and possibly one of the most insane fight scenes ever committed to film. So it was kind of a cautious, underwhelming start to the season that didn't give us a whole lot to grapple with. Episode 2, on the other
that's the reason why I didn't, the reason why I didn't do a reaction to the first episode, because it started kind of slow. So that's the reason why I didn't do a reaction to the first episode. Because I'm trying to get on my reaction game to the episodes of stuff that I watch and stuff now, trying to keep up with stuff. But yeah, like I said, episode 1 didn't really start off. It started off a little slow. But when it got to episode 2, boy, it's like I said, it felt like a finale, but they did their thing on this one. Like I said, you got a little bit of World War Z mixed with Dawn of the Dead. Shoot. What else? Mixed with 28 Days Later. It was like a whole lot of mixture of stuff, which was pretty cool.
Their hand is where shit gets real, and boy does it get real fast. But how does it compare to the game, you ask? Is it better or worse? And can it possibly make the overall narrative of The Last of Us Part 2 work? Well, grab your bigot sandwiches and let's find out together, shall we? Now, obviously this review is going to contain all kinds of delicious spoilers for both the show and the game, and if you don't want to know what's coming up, then go take part in something more enjoyable.
And that's just what I said, y'all. Like, if y'all want to know, if y'all haven't watched this episode yet, then I suggest do not watch this video. Just make sure that y'all go watch the episode and then come back to watching this video. Then you'll know.
Like an exorcism. Anyway, the episode centers around two major events: a mass attack against the settlement of Jackson that provides a neat distraction and forms a kind of apocalyptic backdrop to the big character moment of the show, which is the death of Joel at the hands of Abby. Although, in honor of Game Abby and the fact that they clearly couldn't find an actual human being of, her proportions, I'm going to refer to her from now on as Mini Gigantor.
Yeah, because in the game, if y'all haven't played the game, she's jacked up. Like the girl that plays her in the show, she's not so jacked up. Like she's a little tiny looking thing. And in the show, she, in the video game, she was kind of stocky. I guess she was on steroids and stuff like that. So, but this episode, they actually give a backstory about why she comes to do what she does. Video game doesn't really too much explain that backstory. So, but you get a chance to actually see a backstory to why she's doing what she's doing.
Anyway, the gist is that Mini Gigantor and her band of not-so-merry men have tracked Joel back to his home in Jackson, but because the place is heavily fortified, there's no way they can fight their way inside to get to him. But what to do? Mini Gigantor doesn't have any fucking ideas, so she goes off to stand on a mountain for a while and freeze her arse off while she ponders the improbability of female bodybuilders in a post-apocalyptic world without access to steroids and HGH. The irony here, though, is that if they'd just observed the place for a while, they would have realised that Jackson basically has an open door policy when it comes to refugees, and they probably could have bluffed their way inside and killed Joel at their leisure. Luckily for them, though, and for the convenience of the plot, the mountain comes to Muhammad in this case when Joel goes out on patrol, and just so happens to run into Mini Gigantor as she's being attacked by a horde of the infecteds.
What a stroke of luck!
Unable to get back to Jackson, the group takes shelter in the lodge where the rest of Mini Gigantor's group are holed up, allowing her to get the drop on him and savagely beat him to death just as Ellie arrives to witness it. So far, so Last of Us Part 2, but how does the show compare to the game? Well, the interesting thing is that it's actually both better and worse depending on your perspective here. First up, I'll give you the positives. One of the biggest and best changes is the big set piece battle in Jackson, which never actually happens in the game, but provides a much needed kick in the arse for this season.
I do like that part. I do like that they showed this part right here. I do like that they showed that because the video game you didn't get that action packed part. So this part actually gives a little more a little more clarity and context to, you know, the whole story of what's going on in this episode. So that's pretty good. I do like this battle, and this battle was a damn good damn good directed battle, and with practical and CGI effects. It was pretty good.
And a reminder of how dangerous the infected actually are in large numbers. It's well shot, epic, visceral, action-packed, and for once, the human defenders actually make smart use of their resources.
Yes.
Mostly. I'm not sure about the resolution though. I mean, once the infected break into the place in large numbers, it really seems like they've been overrun, but when we cut back to it at the end of the episode, the defenders are mopping up the last of the infected with no clear indication of how the tide turns. All this is really just window dressing though. The more important change is the confrontation between Joel and Mini Gigantor, and this is where things are going to get contentious. See, the showrunners are clearly aware of the criticism levelled at the game and the generalised hatred for Abby as a character, where she basically just shows up and kills Joel without any explanation. Here, there's a much more obvious attempt to develop her motivations and show a more human, vulnerable side to her right off the bat. The actress does a great job with the material, really selling the idea of a loving daughter out to avenge the death of her father, and overall I empathised with her a lot more than I did with the game version. Which isn't exactly difficult. I've empathised more with things floating in my toilet bowl than that big slab of beef. The setup has also changed slightly so that Joel is paired up with Dina on patrol now, who gives away his name in the heat of the moment and tips Mini Gigantor off that she's found her man. Again, a small change, but an important one to make Joel less of a fucking moron. That being said, it's still frustrating as fuck that he doesn't even attempt to justify his actions from the first season when he's given ample opportunities to do it. I'm not saying it would have changed her mind or anything, but it might at least give her pause for thought if he'd said, "I'm really sorry, but your dad was about to murder an innocent girl that I cared deeply about and I didn't want to kill him, but it was the only way to save her life, and if you were in my position, you'd have done exactly the same thing, young lady."
Which is true. Yeah, he didn't really fight at all. Like, he basically accepted his fate through the whole thing.
Oh well, having Joel just sit there in silence while young women blame him for stuff that wasn't his fault is one of the hallmarks of the second game, so I guess there's no reason not to shove it in here too. Like I say, little decisions like these do help to correct the mistakes made by the game. Unfortunately, they come with their own sets of problems. Giving Mini Gigantor a clear motivation right off the bat and drawing out Joel's death means that the shock factor is gone this time around. Basically, everyone who's been following the show knew exactly what it was leading to, and so there's no element of surprise to his death now. It's just something we all knew was coming. Likewise, having a realistically proportioned actress playing Abby makes her a much more believable and vulnerable character now, which definitely helps the audience empathise with her. The downside is that Caitlin Dever is only like 5'2" and looks like she weighs about 100 pounds soaking wet, so how can I put this? She's not the most intimidating antagonist you'll ever see. In fact, most of her gang absolutely tower over her, so it's kinda hard to buy her as this hard-driving, intimidating leader that they'll follow to the ends of the earth. The bigger question though is, where exactly does the show go from here without Joel to anchor it? Much as Pedro Pascal has become a double-barreled meme for his habit of showing up in absolutely everything and being possibly the worst dressed man in all of Hollywood, one thing you can't deny is that he's a pretty good actor who brings a certain charisma to most projects he's in. Without him around, it's really up to Bella Ramsey to carry the show now, and well, I think you can see where I'm going with this one. Her version of Ellie is nowhere near as likeable and compelling as her game counterpart, and with nobody to play against and balance her out, it does.
I know people don't like her playing Ellie, but maybe this will change her direction of where she's going now. Like, cause like people didn't like the way she was acting as her. Maybe the directors will make a change now and, you know, I guess change her direction of where she was going. Make her a little more, because I see they made her a little more badass, but maybe they just make her like more ruthless now that she's seen what happened, you know, to her father and everything. So now she become a little more ruthless and don't take shit from nobody no more. So we'll see. Hopefully the directors do make a change. That'll be cool.
Make me wonder if the worst thing about this show will end up being its fucking protagonists. I don't know, man. Up until now, we've wondered if The Last of Us was going to follow in the footsteps of the video games, or course correct in response to all the criticism. It's currently doing a bit of both, but definitely leaning towards the former. Time will tell if the gamble pays off. Also, just a little reminder that there's about 10 days left to go on the Trial by Fire Kickstarter. We're well past our initial funding goal now, so we're pushing really hard in these last couple of weeks to reach our stretch goals so we can produce more and hopefully more ambitious and complex short films. So if you'd like to support independent film projects and make all our creative dreams come true, the link is in the description. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
So last night he used Hims.
Honestly, nothing better.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, if you haven't watched this episode, do not watch this on YouTube yet. Watch the episode first and then you can watch this. But yeah, the episode was, like I said, it was pretty good. And I do like what the Critical Drinker is talking about. I do get what he's saying. Like I said, I just hope that, maybe, Ellie will go in a different direction now. Maybe she'll become a little more hardened and maybe they'll make her a little more likable and stuff. So we'll see, because she's going to be the main person now. You're not going to have Pedro Pascal anymore in the show, because, if you watch this, they killed him off just like in the video game. So, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm still gonna keep watching because I'm interested now. Because after episode 2, like I said, this could have been a finale episode. As much action that was going on in this, and oh yeah, and I almost forgot about the dogs too. The way they used the dogs in the episode was pretty cool. I like the way they used the dogs and everything. And I forgot what the name of the big zombie, the big tall one that broke the wall down. I guess they call it like a blobber or something like that. I don't remember what it's called. I haven't played the games in so long, but yeah, it was cool that they used that zombie too and everything. And but yeah, this episode was pretty good. I mean, I might have to go back and give it a second watch again. Just to watch and see if I missed anything. And they did show, characters and everything. Like, basically characters are going to be coming to the forefront now that were more like in the back. Now they're going to be coming to the forefront because, the story is going to progress from, from the video game and everything like that. So, after Abel's gone and everything like that. So, but yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't have anything else to talk about. I said, just go watch the episode. If you haven't watched Last of Us, go back and watch the first season and try to catch up, because it's a damn good show. It really is a damn good show. And like I said, I'm gonna have to go back and watch first season too, because I haven't watched first season since it first came out a while ago. So I gotta kind of refresh my brain a bit. But I'm still watching the second season, but I'm gonna go back and watch the first season also, just to refresh myself. But y'all let me know what y'all liked about this episode or whatever. And let me know if you like the Critical Drinker video and everything like that I put with this video. All that good stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, peace out. Y'all have a good day.